What's going on, guys? We're gonna do something a little different today. My wife cooks a real mean lasagna, and I thought it would be cool we just do a little video, something a little different. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna watch her cook this. Alright, so here's the ingredients right here. We got them all laid out for you. What do we have here, Christine?
Homegrown ground meat.
2 pounds?
2 pounds.
Okay.
A pound of hot Italian sausage. 1 small onion. We got ricotta cheese. 5 cheese Italian blend, shredded. A little bit of salt, olive oil, the noodles. 2 different kinds of, I use Newman's sauce, and then various seasonings that are going into the meats.
Alright. Let's get this party started. Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry. Hopefully.
I'm gonna cry because it's that good. That's my custom cabinets. I built those probably, what, 10 years ago, babe?
A little less.
That's back when I worked at the car stereo shop and I had all kind of extra time and wood to work with, and I don't do that kind of stuff anymore because I mow grass. We were supposed to make this yesterday because it was National Lasagna Day, but we got caught in the rain and we were late, so we didn't get home till like 8, 9 o'clock, and it was just way too late, so we just scarfed down a pizza and hit the side. Got the onions chopped, got the fire going. Water ain't boiling yet for the noodles. Throw the olive oil in the pan.
Why are you videoing me? Stop it. It's weird.
I'm gonna edit that part out. Don't worry about it.
I don't believe you.
Some zoyons, as my daddy would call them. You want to share your recipe over there? So you can.
I'm going to share it in the description because they probably can't read my handwriting.
Oh, you're not embarrassed on that handwriting, are you?
Don't look at my handwriting.
I don't know how y'all cook lasagna, but this was her first try on this recipe, and it came out great. So, figured we'd share it. So how long we cook this? Till they're clear?
Till they're almost clear.
Yeah.
Then we throw in the meat.
How long they usually take? About 5, 10 minutes?
I never timed it.
Oh, yeah, I don't time shit either. You hear that, Silver? Sound like applause. Homegrown beef meat and some sausage. That's Italian sausage, right?
Yes.
You get your top over so you don't burn yourself.
Throw some oil in there.
You want some oil?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Just to edit that part out.
Flinging
that
it in
back in
there?
the pot.
Yeah, shut up.
All right.
Now this has to cook all the way, so it'll be a little while.
Till it's good and brown.
So it's good and brown and not choppy at all. It's got to be very
Fine.
fine.
Gotcha. Now how much is that?
1 tablespoon of minced garlic.
All right.
And for everything else, it just is.
I just put cayenne pepper till it turns dark red.
I don't know about that much.
Never have enough cayenne pepper. Now that black pepper you need to pull back on a little bit.
And this is the Italian seasoning.
Italian seasoning. And stir some more.
Yep, and cook and stir and cook and stir.
So we got two pounds of beef meat and how many pounds of that other meat?
1 pound of a hot Italian sausage.
Hot Italian sausage.
Now, if you want it a little more mild, you can do the mild, but
We like us some spice.
we like us some spice down here.
Almost boiling.
We had 2 of these set aside in the freezer for grass season, but we went through those already.
Mm-hmm.
So, rainy day, lasagna day.
Yeah, she has a little thing right here. We kind of keep a log of what's in the freezer on stuff she cooks and how many we have left and stuff. And as you can see, the lasagna is empty. Slowly but surely, she's browning up. I bet y'all can smell it from there. Now, we're not using these seasonings right here in this recipe, but I discovered this watching GCI Turf's channel. He has a 10% off on these seasonings, and they're real good. Dirt Ties Dirt. Check them out. Not a sponsor.
just a satisfied customer.
That's right. Thanks, Pete. DCI Turk.
Trying to get all of the little clumps out.
That looks good to me.
Not quite good. We boiling yet?
Almost.
Alright, the water's boiling, so we are going to add a little bit of oil.
Not much at all.
No, and a little bit of salt. And then the noodles. And I try to be very careful with them because they will break. And then we cook these, once it boils, for 7 minutes.
So it's 6:46.
I'm going to set the timer as soon as I get them.
I thought you don't time nothing.
I time noodles.
Oh.
Noodles I time.
Okay. I do a taste test on them.
You can't taste these because they're too big. And then you will lose one.
Oh.
Because you're...
That's why you cooking it on now, huh?
That's why I cook the lasagna and you cook the spaghetti. Okay. Stay there, noodles. Now, this is all cooked up and ready to go. So all I have to do is strain it. And instead of straining it, I'm going to transfer it into the bowl.
Cool. Scoop it up. Or you gonna pour it in?
Scoop it out because the whole purpose is to not get the grease.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah, we get this beef meat from my brother. He raises his own cattle, and we get the
advantage.
Yeah, we get the hookup on that. This stuff tastes way better than what you can find in stores. We balling. Alright, we got a little less than a minute left before these are done. What they looking like?
They're looking like noodles.
That's good, because that's what they're supposed to look like.
Now, this may sound strange, but I'm going to take the noodles, I'm going to cool them off in the sink, and then I'm going to lay them out separately so they don't stick, and I don't have to worry about them
In
sticking.
the baking pan.
Yes.
Cool. Do you need my assistance or you can handle it?
I think I can handle it.
Okay, good. Because I'm holding this here phone.
There's some very hot water.
All right.
the cold water keeps them from cooking anymore.
Oh, okay.
You want them to finish cooking in the oven.
So we boiled them for 7 minutes.
Yep.
And we're cooling them off in a baking pan after you rinse them off with cold water to stop them from cooking.
Yes. And to make them straight.
Oh, so they don't get all crinkly up.
Yeah.
Man, we got like 6 inches of rain yesterday in 2 hours. Trapped under a customer's carport on our lawnmower. What's the next step?
Okay. So I have these 2 sauces. And all I'm going to do is pour them together and mix.
And that's marinara flavor and...
Sockarroni.
Okay.
And I use Newman's because 100% of the profits go to charity. And it tastes really good.
Works for me. And we're not going to waste none of that, so we're going to get some water in there. I like to put the lid on and shake it and then pour it. That's the best way. But this is her way.
I'm going to do that too. But this seems to work pretty darn good, so. Probably put too much water, but that's okay. It'll be all right. I'm getting my ingredients together so that I can get ready to build it. Sauces are done. Now, take the ricotta cheese.
Now we usually use whole ricotta.
But all I had was part skim.
This is all they had on this time, so be a little bit of diet entree going on there. Yum yum.
And then throw in the 2 of the bags. The 3rd bag you leave. Ouch.
So we got 3 bags of this.
Yes.
2's going in now.
2's going in this.
Mixed with the
Ricotta.
ricotta.
And the gooey gross part is next. I have to mix this all together, and a spoon just doesn't quite cut it. So, hands it is.
Uh-oh, your hands are clean, right?
Yes.
Okay. Clean
Clean.
hands, people.
You want to make sure it's all mixed in well. It's kind of like dough, only squishier.
This is the first time I watched you make this. I usually sit on the couch and watch YouTube all day while you cook.
Yes, I'm very picky about how well mixed it is. That's all mixed up well, so I'm going to wash my hands. And then we're going to put it all together.
Alright, what are we doing now?
Now we need some nonstick.
Take 2.
Let's hope it goes on, okay. We need to spray our pan with cooking spray. Voila.
We're using Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Not a sponsor.
And then we start layering things. So, I'm going to start with the noodles.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do some sauce. Not a whole lot of sauce because you don't want it to be
Saucy.
too saucy. You want some sauce, but not too much sauce. And then you want to do a layer of meat. Pretty good layer. You really want to use about half of the meat on this first layer.
On the first layer?
Well,
Put
on
it thick.
each layer, yeah.
You put it the same on each layer, or just more on the first one?
No, same on each. You usually get about half the meat.
Gotcha.
Alright.
I'm gonna learn how to do this. I'm gonna get better than you, watch.
Well, then after you do that, you're going to do the same thing with the cheese. You're going to use about half of it. Now, the thing about the cheese, you don't want to just lay it out. You want to kind of
Sprinkle it out.
chop it up and sprinkle it out.
A little here, a little there.
Yep. And then when you put the noodles down, you kind of smush it down, but one layer at a time. Watched a YouTube video on lasagna and read instructions on a couple of recipes before I don't ever go completely by a recipe. I kind of make it my own.
So you can tweak this however you want, but this part's pretty good for us.
Yeah. Because I'm not really a big, huge cheese fan, and you are. So.
I love cheese. So how long does this dish take from start to finish? About an hour? With the prep and the cooking and cooling? A little longer than that, huh?
I don't know. Maybe you should watch the video to find out.
Oh, okay.
Add a little bit more time
Good idea.
for in between. Depends on how fast I'm trying to rush into
I'm trying
it.
to give a spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. My bad.
People like spoilers.
I'm sorry. I never like spoilers.
I know, I don't either. Some people do, though.
Does that cheese look evenly distributed to you?
Looks good to me. That's the first layer. Noodle,
Yes.
meat, cheese.
Nope, you forgot the sauce.
Yep, gotta have the sauce. Noodle, sauce, meat, cheese.
And then more sauce.
Repeat process.
You always put more
Oh,
sauce.
you don't put the noodles.
You always put sauce in between each
Okay.
layer.
That's the secret.
Well, I don't know about a secret.
That's the way we do it.
Well, if it was
That's the way you do it.
if it's a secret, then it's over now because everybody knows.
They don't know what you're doing in between edit stuff. So it could be a secret.
There could be a secret ingredient I just don't tell anybody about. But if that was the case, then they'd probably make this and be like, oh my God, I thought it was really good.
Right.
And then I'd be like, well, I didn't tell you my secret ingredient.
You got to pay for that.
That'd be kind of rude.
So if y'all enjoying this, leave a comment. Let us know if y'all want us to do something every now and then like this. I cook a mean spaghetti. I don't know if I want to share my recipe on that. Dude. That's my secret.
The second layer of noodles, I usually kind of overlap them a little bit more. Like that.
So you spread them a little further apart on the first layer, and this layer you make it a little tighter.
Yeah.
A little-
Only because it's easier to cut.
Okay.
Well, it's never ever exactly the same.
Right.
You can go close, but it's not exactly the same. Now, a lot of people do their own sauces, and I'm not trying to.
You
do
got
all
to cheat
that.
a little bit.
That's too much work.
I mean, if you mow grass all day, you ain't got time to make all that stuff. You got to cut corners sometimes.
And then we just repeat meat, cheese, sauce. Got the cheese.
Now we're working on the third layer.
Third and final layer.
So it's a 3-layer lasagna.
Yes.
Cool. I never counted the layers when I eat it up. I'm too busy just forking it down.
Get it in all my corners. Some people eat vegetarian lasagna.
Yeah, that one's not for me.
No, I have to. It's meat.
Where's the beef?
Meat lasagna. Okay. And then the final layer of noodles. Let me take these over here. They look lonesome. I always have leftover noodles. And then a little bit more sauce.
So for the record, we got about 6 left over out of the pack.
Which you can layer the bottom layer a little bit more.
Yeah, you can just
if you wanted
Add
to.
them all in if you wanted to.
Which, I like noodles.
All right.
Now, the last thing to do is that little old bag we set aside.
This doesn't have the ricotta. This is just straight up.
The 5-cheese Italian blend. Shredded.
And you pour the whole thing on top.
The whole thing goes on top.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright. Now it's built, I'm going to wash my hands and then get ready to cover it before we bake it. We have to preheat the oven before we bake it. So I'm going to clean up and then I'll show you all the final steps while the oven preheats. Okay, the final step is before baking is to, my oven is set for 425. So that's preheated. I'm going to take aluminum foil. And you're going to spray it with the pan. And you're going to put it on top, but you're not going to let it touch the cheese. You don't want to press it down. You want to completely cover it, but you don't want to press down on it.
Gotcha.
And then that's going to go in the oven. And it's going to stay in there for about 35 minutes before we check on it again.
Cool.
Okay, so it has been 35 minutes at 425. And what I'm going to do next is I am going to turn the oven off. Pull this out. And all I'm going to do is pull off the aluminum foil. It's beautiful, but it's not done yet. With the oven turned off, I'm going to leave it in there for about 45 more minutes. But the oven's turned off, so it's going to cook it a little bit longer, but it'll let it set for us.
That's what she looks like. You can just cut and serve.
Well, it's been sitting in the oven for 45 minutes, so
Okay.
yes.
Cool. I'm hungry.
We're going to use this for my piece, because my piece is smaller than yours.
Mm-hmm. Can I have the other corner?
Yes. Burning. Pain. Not the prettiest, but...
Oh, it looks good to me. Now you can't get that perfect square until you get to the middle.
Close though.
Yep. And that's what she looks like. Let's see. Are we gonna try it?
Mine's a little more of a mess than yours.
That's alright. We got it right?
Got a winner.
Good deal. So, y'all try this recipe, y'all. Comment on the video. Let us know what you think. Later.